Yeah, Dubuque, it's known to get pretty rough, and a couple of the years before it's been kind of warm there and then sometimes cold, but so it's been a tough track for the last couple of years.
Dubuque, my first Pro Light win. It felt really, I love that track because it's flat, open, wide, and fast, and it's just, we connected with it well ever since it got moved to that fairgrounds, and once it got moved to the fairgrounds, it's been one of my favorite tracks for sure.
Same with Dubuque. It's also such a big, long track, but it also gets technical, so I like Dubuque too.
It was my favorite track 2 years ago, but after last year, I had a bad feeling the whole weekend and did bad the whole weekend, so no, I don't like it anymore.
I had some bad luck there. I had one really bad crash there that took me out of the race, but then I also podiumed the next day, which I was hurting when I did that, and I don't know, I like that track. It's usually pretty technical and has some pretty good flow, so.
That one have been good a couple last years, and it have been pretty big too, or it's small, but at the same time it feels big. Last year it was really excited there because they didn't. The track was pretty gnarly before final, and I really liked it out there. And a lot of people said it was really fun to watch, and and all the racers too liked it because it was way gnarlier than what we're used to. Because they were usually riding on the same kind of tracks when they're like not too smooth, but like they're pretty smooth right away, and they get gnarly in the end. But that one was just really gnarly when we came out there, and it was fun.
Dubuque, I've always liked Dubuque since we started going there. The fans seem really into it there and like to have us there, so the track's always pretty good, so I like it.
It's kind of a basic track, I would say. Last time I raced there was not really wide, but there was a lot of line that you could change and make a lot of passes, so yeah, it was a good track.
Dubuque is a nice track. Every time I rode there, it was hot and like sunny. It was fun.
Dubuque, that's where I got my first win, so I'd say that's a pretty good track too. Like big oval, and yeah, I liked it too.
Dubuque's been a fun one. It was one of the first. It was my second race where I got a double podium, so it's always had that cool. I really like the track there, and the fan base is cool, and it's kind of cool to go somewhere else. A lot of the staples have been there for so long that I was kind of turning into a staple a little bit, and it's fun to see that develop and be part of that developing there. And they've got a cool fan base that doesn't get Snocross that much, so I like that place for sure.
Rough, big holes, always like 35, 36 degrees, just warm enough where there's a lot of square edges.
The fans in Dubuque are awesome. Like, I don't know what it is about Iowa, but I've had such great interactions with the fans there. Like, they just get so excited. There's certain stops on the circuit that just the fans just are so enthusiastic and fired up about racing, and so that's one of my favorite things about Dubuque. That, and just they've always had an awesome track.
I mean, I think the new location for Dubuque, I think that's really cool. I think the viewing area and everything is really cool, and the way that it's all laid out.
The new location is really fun, and the crowds there are always really good.
Dubuque's always been fun. I think, what have we been to 2 different venues there? The past 2 years at the fairground, it's always been pretty cool. The fans are always wild there, so that's fun.
I've had my ups and downs there. Good years, bad years, but the track's always fun.
Dubuque's been an interesting one for me. I haven't had the best of luck there, but it's always a really good track. They do a really good job with a limited amount of snow and bringing it in and building, an oval there, similar to Deadwood. But usually, yeah, that's always a good track.
Dubuque I feel like I've done well there. Last year I was about 4 or 5 laps away from getting my first podium, and I had a dumb mistake and crashed, so I definitely got some redemption there this year.
Dubuque, I always like the fairgrounds myself, fun. We've always had a lot of more supercrossy tracks there, which is really methodical, but still you can get, they got some places to get some air, and obviously as a snowbiker or any rider in general, you like to get that air, you can just hang it out, and the fans and everything has always been really great there.